Okay, let's jump now to our today and what we're going to cover today. I will try to limit that presentation to 20 minutes, and then we can go to the next thing. So we'll introduce the course. I saw that from many of you saying, let's introduce the course first before we go into the coding. I think we did that last time, but let's do it again. And doing it again, it doesn't help. So I'll limit that one to hopefully 5 to 10 minutes, 5 minutes maximum, okay? Why course on computational thinking? If you look at Steve Jobs, read his Steve Jobs book and read his comments, computational thinking or programming helps people to improve the way they think. And he saying he wished that everyone learn programming or to do that, or coding. And then there are future jobs required programming. We're dealing with artificial intelligence, it's coming there, it's already there in robotics and many things. So we need to be able to use some logic, algorithm, computational thinking, and deal with those equipments. Again, it helps develop critical thinking, problem solving, help you with the productivity. If you'll see Python, with the time goes, you will help you to produce work faster. Excel sheets that takes you ages to work with and other things, you can produce it in a better way and faster way to do. And you can automate some of the work and help you be focused. Now, there are 10 skills needed for the future. You find it in so many places. There are 10, there's little bit differences, but these are the 10, and one of it, number 5, is computational thinking. And computational thinking, the definition that being used by this group of people who I use as a reference, they use computational thinking is the ability to translate vast amount of data into abstract concepts and to understand data-based reasoning. And we will look at that. This course will help us work with the data and visualize data, minimize data, link data together from different sources. I will do that. Then why Python? Why not we using Java or C# or JavaScript or whatever to do? The jobs, if you go and search for jobs, most language being used in the industry, you'll find Python is around 26.7 of people saying it's the first widely used, number 1. So 60.2 of the languages are Python. Then comes Java, then comes C++, and other languages. And Python is growing. Also, the jobs people looking for people to recruit, they're looking for Python more. And you see it's growing, it's going up really very fast. Then the next thing, you look at the big universities in US, number 1, 2, 3, 4, those high level, they are all teaching Python as introductory course to programming. And that's one thing that we use why we do Python. And then you look at Python in the new things, artificial intelligence and Watson. Watson, I'm sure you heard it many times. It's one of the most advanced machine intelligence system that we know. There are others we don't know. They use for military, for other things, but Watson is one of the top, I can say, if it's not the most one. And Python speaks Python, and Watson speaks Python. It means you can program Watson using Python. You can send data and interface and do things with Watson using Python. And there is a video somewhere on YouTube. I wish I'll have time to look at it. They use Python. They created natural language software that takes a text and use semantic and the way they do and cut it into pieces and analyze it and then react to it. So when they did that, they use Java, C++, and JavaScript and other things. They need to use four languages to do that. And the code came around 300 lines of code. But when you use Python, came 29 lines of code. So this huge difference in number of code and the structure is amazing in Python. So you can do more with less code. And that's why one reason we went for Python. Again, Python being used for health, analyzing health data and biomedicine. There's so many applications. The strength of Python, it has libraries. There's something called pandas for data analytics. There's something called SciPy for scientific engineering, which equivalent, as I said last time, to MATLAB. And there are GamePy, and there's so many of them which specialize to focus on certain area. For the health, there are applications that help. And the other thing, Python is used for research. I had a question last time from someone of you saying how we can use Python for the research. So you can use Python to analyze your results data and visualize it and summarize it to help you make decisions. And most of the functions that you need in something like SPSS and others are already built in Python. And Python gives you more than just using a fixed function. You can create your own functions. You look at your own investigation and objectives that you want to achieve. So that's there. And the course outlined consists of group of things. First one is helping students understand the structure of programming and creating structure, which I call it structure. Here the focus on the structure in terms of the solution. You divide it into smaller components, as you said in our last webinar, and then build those components and link them together and make them together create a solution. And that's one thing we look at it. We will look at the data type. There's so many different data types. You work on it from the basic data type, numbers and text, to a bigger like sets and lists and data frames and things like that, and how we can do that. And then the next one is creating those algorithms. And the algorithm, again, I have to say, it's not really coding or programming. This is the solution and step by step in a language that you understand and later can be transferred to a computer coding. So we'll spend some time looking at some algorithm that we need to solve. And then we do some data analysis and visualization. We will access data from multiple sources, from a large Excel sheet, from a website, from a database. All this we can get data and link it together and simplify it and create a new data that we will use and do some analysis in it. And you will see seamless, you can do all those complicated things in Python. And you will love it and see how it goes later. And then the last thing is documenting our code, documenting our solutions. And this is a process needed by the industry. Quickly on our strategies, as you can see in this webinar, there's one approach we're using, which we're using now. We need a different, slightly different one maybe for the student. We need to discuss during this webinar sometime later how we're going to teach this one to the student. And we get some ideas around that. But the main thing is encouraging students to develop knowledge, skills, and competencies, and how these knowledge, skills, and competencies are going to be used to create applications at the end. And then we'll look at different methods of learning and collaborations and encouraging students to collaborate and work together. And the tool we're using here, I think, somehow helping us. Problem solving and critical thinking is the key thing that we'll focus on it. And we'll build our strategies around that, and hopefully that will come clear into this webinar in the coming sessions. Okay, lectures, demos, videos, we're recording all those videos. And in terms of assessment, we will have groups work assessment that allow students to work together as a group and look at different areas of interest they have and strength. See a chat here. How to involve functions like, okay, we'll come to that one. Someone asking me how to involve function like sine and cosine and other things. We will come to all these things later.